Hi everyone and welcome to Dean Park. In this video I'm going to take a quick look at the all new Hornby BR YMA Bogie Flat Salmon Wagon. These arrived at the tail end of last month and sales at my local model shop have been buoyant, with most of its allocation having sold through within the first couple of days. So, are good sales an indication of a successful product and a good representation of the real thing? Well, I'll cast my eye over it in this video to find out. If you wish to support the channel, please hit those like and subscribe icons, and also hit that notification bell if you wish to be alerted of all future uploads from the channel. And I must apologise in advance, with this wagon being called a salmon wagon, I'll find it hard to resist slipping some fish related puns into my review. So keep an ear out for them as I'll try and catch you out. Hornby really have woken up in the last couple of years with regard to producing highly detailed wagons, and not only in 00 gauge with their excellent TTA and salmon wagons, but also with their TT120 range with the TTA tankers, IFA container flats and all new HAA hoppers. And they really have started to muscle in on the market once again, taking on the likes of a Curascale and Rapido with rolling stock that's bristling with detail. The salmon wagon was in departmental use, transporting heavy loads such as sections of track work and lengths of rail during permanent way engineering works. These wagons were often mixed with other departmental wagons, so you don't have to buy a full rake of them to model an accurate train. I've got 3 in the collection so far, with another version with small cranes fitted coming later, which Hornby announced back in the spring. In keeping with the naming system of departmental rolling stock, it was named along a sea life theme. So this salmon wagon sits nicely along with other 00 gauge departmental wagons such as the Sea Cow, Sea Lion, Pike, Taupe, Clam, Rudd and Turbot, etc. The appearance of the wagon is impressive from a finish point of view. All colours are well applied, even the thinnest yellow edges picked out neatly and sharply. All the data panels and printing are very clean and sharp, and I was really impressed by the printing in this tiny recess just above the side steps. The steps are correctly enclosed, even if there is a faint sign of ejector marks inside of these. Some wagons had these painted in white, while others remained black, and I suppose there's scope here for some detailing should you wish to vary the appearance in this area. Loads on the real wagons were often strapped into position to keep them secure during transit, and these straps being anchored at points along the side of the wagon, seen here in the yellow version being picked out in white. While these mounting points are represented on the model, they won't allow you to fix any strapping to them, and I suppose if they were made big enough for you to do this, they may have appeared overscale on the model. From studying footage of the real wagons, it appears as if those fixings along the side varied across the fleet of salmon bogie wagons. I've trawled the internet for images of these wagons in BR service, and when comparing the model to images, I have to say that the model does look accurate. The yellow livery was used more commonly in the 1980s, and while some were painted all yellow, others, like the one at the back, took on a kind of Dutch livery with grey and yellow sitting nicely together. While the yellow on this model is accurate, it would benefit from a weathering. Bogies are accurate enough, finished in satin black with some printed details, and I'm not sure what the bogies looked like on the real wagons from the underside, but Hornby's model is rather plain in this area, being held in place by a single screw. This allows free movement of the bogies to navigate tighter curves on train set track. At the buffer beam ends there's some really nice moulded detail along with a separately fitted coupling hook. The buffers are lightly sprung, however on a couple of occasions on this model some of the buffers got stuck on the in position. These buffers are just made from plastic, which I suppose is acceptable. However, what is less pleasing is the slight rotation on the buffers themselves. Dare I say they feel a little bit cheap. There's no option to fit any pipework at the ends of the models, and there's usually not much point in fitting the pipework as it catches on the couplers. However, it would have been nice to have the option should you wish to put one of these wagons at the tail end of your train where a coupler isn't needed. Tension lock couplers are fitted to this model, which are neatly housed in kinematic couplers, and these have a positive spring return action to them, allowing ease of movement for navigating curves down to second radius. The flatbed part of this wagon is, well, as you can see, pretty flat, and it's held neatly in place. It does have the correctly applied tread plate pattern to it, and this is finished off in metallic grey and really needs weathering. Holes are provided for fixing stanchions and supports, and these are provided for you to fit in the detailing pack. Also in the pack, Hornby have provided these rather ungainly looking couplers. I've not seen these being used on a Hornby product since I bought my Mark III sliding door coaches a few years ago. I didn't like them on the Mark IIIs, so I won't be adding them to these Salmon Wagons. Turning the wagon upside down, and Hornby have added in all the pipework and tanks, which is sandwiched in between the flatbed and the strengthening frame. And these frames are made from plastic and as such have some flex to them. It doesn't feel the best quality, and I really would have liked to have seen some use of die casting here, not only to provide more rigidity, but also to add added weight to the wagon, as it does feel a little bit on the light side. Although the lack of a heavier die cast chassis isn't a turtle disaster, I think it would have really elevated the wagon to another level. I'll couple these wagons up to an engineer's train and get it running around Dean Park. They'll look a bit clean among my detailed and weathered Dutch stock, however, I'll address this at a future date. Overall, there's a lot to like about this wagon, and despite some of my comments, there's nothing cruelly bad about this model. Hornby should be commended for bringing this wagon to market, as it's well finished, looks the part, and is extremely free running. I did think that on the tighter curves of my storage yard that this would prove the wagon's nemesis, but it coped without issue. Dory me, that really was a bad pun. Well, that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed seeing the new BR wagon from Hornby. I have to say I threw in some really shocking puns in there, and I do apologise, but it's all a bit of fun. And also, if you do still want to support the channel after watching this video, please hit those like and the subscribe icons. If you wish to find out more content, hit the Dean Park name just under the video there, and that'll take you into my channel. And don't forget to tune in next time for some more videos from me. But in the meantime, cheers for now.